I love this question. You were the definition latchkey kids. I brought a squirrel to school, catch you a snake. Just sucked it all up. And I was like, everything's fine. Football is life. So I've always been so pissed and so jealous. Yeah, Jay Leno, I was his personal Girl Scout cookie girl. So the amount of names I've been called in my life, and I'm just like, okay, that's nice. She was 17 when she had me. They got divorced when I was 10 and chose to become homeless. But then to be able to heal and get past it, I want to be the best for my children, and I'm going to be the best at what I do. Always meant to be something inside of me. For me, it was that aha moment of like, this is it. What do I need to do to become a nurse? Hello, Air Force.
Today's guest is someone who truly embodies strength and compassion. My best friend, Macey Marshall. From helping raise her young siblings as a kid to serving in the Air Force in Germany to now caring for the tiniest and most fragile lives as a postpartum nurse, Macey has built a life around showing up for others with grit, heart, and an unshakable sense of doing what's right. She's also a mom of two, an adventure lover who will snowboard on a torn ACL if it means not missing the fun, and someone with the gentlest soul and the strongest spirit of anyone I know. And I'm not just saying that because she's my best friend. Macey, I'm so happy to have you here.
That was so sweet. Oh my goodness.
It almost made me cry.
I know. I was like, oh.
I'm very curious if this is going to be either more difficult because you're my best friend, which I'm already feeling like it is going to be more difficult because you're my best friend.
You cry, I feel like.
It might happen. I feel like it's going to happen a couple times. Maybe we should have allotted more than 2 hours to do this interview. Macey, where in the world are you from?
Ooh, I am originally from California.
Whereabouts in California?
Simi Valley. I was born near Pasadena.
Okay.
Moved to Simi Valley and lived there most of my life.
Do you have any siblings?
I do. I have a brother and a sister. I'm the oldest. My brother is 1.5 years younger than I am, and my sister is 5 years younger.
Okay. Did you guys get along when you were younger?
No.
And why was that?
My brother and I were best of friends for the first 5 years, but as soon as my sister was born, he went into protective big brother mode, and I kind of got the short end of the stick, and it was the two of them against me.
Oh, fun.
Oh, it was so much fun.
Did you always feel like you kind of had to be like a parent to them too, though?
Not initially, but after my parents got divorced, I kind of stepped into that role. My mom was at work all the time, and I kind of took over watching them and taking care of them.
Yeah. Do you feel like you had to mature a little faster because of that?
Oh, 100%. Felt like it was my job to make sure they got ready for school and they were eating correctly. And you can ask them, that was one of the things that pissed them off the most. I was like, oh, we need to eat healthy. And then I would go get myself top ramen and...
But what it sounds like is you were forcing them to eat healthy while you were like, let me just eat what's easy.
Right.
But they didn't view it that way.
Right.
They view it as you got to eat the crappy food and they got to eat all the healthy, boring food.
100%. Yeah.
At what age did your parents get divorced?
They got divorced when I was 10.
Okay.
My sister was 5, so it was pretty difficult for her, which I feel like also made me kind of step up a little bit more, wanting to take care of her and shield her from all of the drama that goes with divorce and parents fighting and the transition from seeing them at different split intervals and then taking care of them at home with my mom.
And whereabouts, because I'd love you to elaborate since I know these things, is whereabouts in Simi Valley did you live, if you can elaborate?
Oh, yeah. So I didn't really live in Simi Valley like I tell everybody. I lived in Box Canyon, which was just outside of Simi Valley. It's a pretty sketchy little canyon, 2-lane road, one each direction. And if you went off the road, steep hill. So it was really great for learning how to drive. But it was about a 15-minute drive to Simi Valley every day.
Where exactly was the property? Was it like in the trees, in the mountains, in the hills? Because you said cliffs, right?
Right. So it was in the mountains. It's Box Canyon, so technically a canyon. But yeah, my house, we lived on a 1-acre property with absolutely no neighbors around. So our childhood was running around barefoot in the mountains and being wild mountain kids.
Did you love that?
I loved it. Yeah. Definitely. It makes me sad for today's generation and my kids more specifically living in the city and all of the electronics available, because it was just so freeing back then to be able to run around the mountain and, I don't know, play make-believe games and use our imagination. So,
I mean, that's a bigger conversation I'd love to have, but I'm like, why do you feel like we can't do that today? Do you feel like too, there was, because your mother was working a lot, correct?
Right.
So you had that freedom as well, kind of like, you guys were home, you know, taking care of yourselves a little bit. Not in a bad way, just...
Absolutely. We were the definition latchkey kids. So the bus system would pick us up. So my typical day was waking up, making sure we all ate breakfast. We would watch Bananas in Pajamas.
What's that?
It was stupid. I don't even remember if it was cartoon or like what it was, but it was a kids program back then. And so we would watch that. And as soon as it finished, that was like our key to run down to the bus. So we'd run down to the bus stop, go to school, catch the bus and come home. And that's usually when my sister and I would venture off to our friends' houses. And to get to my friends, I would have to climb down my mountain, go across a valley, climb down another mountain to get to their house to play.
Hopefully with shoes at this point.
I mean, maybe. No promises. But I think for the most part, yeah, probably shoes at that point.
And did you have a lot of friends in the canyon? Like, that were around?
No, not really. I had two friends, Ellery and Kara.
Yeah.
Ellery was a little bit closer. She was the friend that, like I said, would climb down the mountain, across the valley, another little mountain to get to her place. And then from her place, we'd climb down another little mountain, another valley, and we'd get to Kara's house.
What would you say was part of a Latchkey kid's daily life in Box Canyon? Would you guys go down to the stream and like look at animal? Like, what would you do? What was like a normal play thing or play day for like young kids in that environment? Like, what would you guys do as friends?
Oh, man, we would do a lot of hikes, a lot of exploring. I had this one rock that was near my house that reminded me of like the rock from Little Mermaid. So like we would pretend we were Ariel singing off the rock. Ellery had a farm, so that was really fun. So she had a horse. We would go bareback riding on the horse, just, climbing down the mountain, which was always a crazy experience. You're just holding on to each other or holding on to the hair of the horse as you're going up and down mountains is wild.
No parents.
No parents around. Absolutely not. No.
Did anyone ever get injured?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Ellery broke her arm one time jumping off a rock or something like that. I don't remember exactly what happened, but it was crazy because she didn't even cry when it happened. So we were like, oh, you're fine. And then sure enough, the next week I see her, she's got a big old cast.
So what I'm hearing is part of growing up the way you guys did makes you guys really tough.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because I would say you're exactly the same. You break something and no one knows. And you're in a cast.
The only time I cried was actually this very vivid memory. I was walking to her house. I was actually skipping. So I was skipping to her house, singing, whatever song in my head. And there was a rattlesnake. And so it literally lunged at me. And so it was this moment of like, oh my goodness, what do I do? And I just took off. I sprinted to her house. Her dad was the first person that saw me, and I'm just bawling at this moment. And he's like, what happened? I was like, nothing. And I just sucked it all up. And I was like, everything's fine. And I went in. I was like, I totally just skipped over a rattlesnake and it almost got me. It was crazy, but that was just,
Did you ever have another run-in with a rattlesnake since then?
I definitely did. Not one that lunged at me. Just walking and would see it and do the stop, watch it, slowly back up like you're supposed to.
Good to know. Now I know what you're supposed to do when you see a rattlesnake.
Yes. Don't jump over it. Don't run. Stop and slowly walk away. That is the correct thing.
That's pretty crazy, though, that almost happened to you. But that's the one time you cried. So it was more the fear of like something possibly happening like that versus breaking a bone or pulling a tendon or stubbing a toe.
Right.
Whatever.
No, stubbing the toe happened quite often. Again, barefoot in the mountains. Yeah, rocks, splinters,
Ever an infection or something from barefoot walking as much, or did it just toughen up your feet? You were just a tough little kid.
I was a tough little kid. Yeah, I have no idea. Because it wasn't even, it was like gravel, tree branches, hard rocks. It was a nice mountain. It was.
And so nothing really ever seriously happened that much. All the parents were kind of like, the kids can handle it.
Oh, 100%. We had gotten other friends from, I don't even know, acquaintances of Ellery's or Kara's, and they would try to climb up the hill to get back to my house. And I remember at least two falling down the hill, like, no kidding, like out of a movie, rolling down the hill.
Were they okay?
They were fine. Yeah. Probably like bruised and banged up, but yeah.
But what an amazing childhood. It sounds like you loved that.
I did. While I was in it, all I wanted to do was be like everyone else. I wanted to live in the city. I wanted the nice manicured green yard, the picket fence. I wanted neighbors. I absolutely hated that there's only like 2 other people that I knew around there and that it took 15, 20 minutes to get to their house. Like my perfect dream back then was to be able to just run next door to my friend's house, knock on their door and be like, hey, let's go play.
Do you feel the same way now, or can you look back and look at that differently?
I don't know. I'm torn. I'm probably somewhere in the middle. My perfect dream right now would be to live in a neighborhood with like 5 or 6 people where we each have like 1 to 3 acres of land and we can just golf cart to each other's houses. That would be perfect. Yeah.
I feel like we should build that kind of community.
I'm in.
You're one house, I'm one house.
Yes.
Figure out who else gets to join the community with us.
Yes. With an airstrip so we can just fly in and fly out whenever.
Sounds like a perfect life. I think we need to make this happen.
Let's do it.
So you grew up in Box Canyon.
Yeah.
You went to school. Your elementary school was in Simi Valley?
Yeah. I went to Knowles Elementary.
Oh my God, I know Knowles. Okay.
Yeah. Valley View Middle School.
I didn't know we went to the same middle school.
Yeah.
Did you play any sports growing up?
I did. I played soccer my whole life. That started, I want to say, probably like first grade. My brother was, I want to say, kindergarten, and he had actually started playing soccer first.
Okay. So he gets the original credit.
He gets the credit. Yeah. My dad signed him up for a league and he was playing and I was super jealous. And I was like, let me just practice with them. And so I jumped in and I totally became the team princess. The coach loved me, protected me. If the boys ever hit me or knocked me over, they would have to do push-ups. It was amazing. I loved this. And I was like, this is the greatest thing ever.
But also, so you were playing with the boys team.
I was. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I did that a lot, actually. Throughout the years, I just continued to play with his team. Obviously, I started on a team that was appropriate for my age group and whatnot. Yeah, I want to say my first team was the Panthers, and my dad worked for the studio, so it was really cool. He made the banner, and it was, I didn't even realize it at the time, but it was after the football team.
Oh, the Florida Panthers. Football?
South Carolina?
South Carolina Panthers? Florida Dolphins. South Carolina Panthers.
Yeah,
we
I think that's right. I don't know football, but whatever. I think it was the Carolina Panthers. We'll go with that. You're right. One of the Carolinas. But it was that picture.
Like mimicked off
off of that. Yeah. And we were turquoise and black, just like the team. So.
And you said your dad worked for the studios. What did he do?
My dad was a set designer. I don't know the technical term for it because he didn't design the sets, but the designers would come in and tell him how to build the sets. So he would go in, and it's for all of the studios, ABC, NBC, Disney. Primarily NBC was where he mostly worked. He was on the Jay Leno show for like 10 years. It was crazy. It was fun being a kid.
I just wonder if our paths ever crossed back then.
It's very possible. I mean, I was on the sets a lot, just running backstage.
Do you remember that?
I do, 100%. Yeah.
What were you going to say? Sleep what?
Just sleeping on the couch, like in his office. And
so you grew up with a little bit of that too.
I did, which I think is what has brought me to not thinking that it's anything special. Right? Like I realize everyone's just a normal human being. I don't know.
So what you're saying is you weren't phased when you met me?
No.
You're like, and she's an actress.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
And you saw the city lights, the LA Hollywood, but it never phased you because your dad was part of it.
Yeah, Jay Leno, I was his personal Girl Scout cookie girl. So, but what's really funny, because on that same note of, I would have him sign the same cookie sheet that everyone signed. Like it wasn't ever a special sheet that like I ever saved, or I'm kind of mad at my mom for not thinking through that, being like, maybe we should have him sign one and like you keep that. Yeah. Like we still fulfill his order. We just write it in ourselves. But no, he signed the same sheet as everybody else, and I turned it in and I got his cookies and I brought his cookies to him. And
you were his Girl Scout girl.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I feel like there needs to be a reunion between you and Jay Leno. See if he remembers.
Yeah.
And what did your mom do?
My mom, at the time, she was a stay-at-home mom, and it wasn't until the divorce she had to get a job, and it was her first time ever working post-divorce. So she did a lot of growing up.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea that she started her career after.
She is going back into drama, but she wasn't allowed to work while she was married to my dad. Okay. It was one of those situations. So she wasn't allowed to work. She wasn't allowed to drive. So she actually didn't even get her driver's license until after the divorce.
Okay. So there were very strict guidelines in that marriage.
Yeah.
So would you say it was good that ended then? Are you happy?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. For my mom, it definitely needed to happen. For the whole family, it needed to happen.
Okay.
It was one of those good ones. She had a lot of growing up to do because she, to begin with, was a young mom. She had me when she was 17 years old, turning 18, but she was 17 when she had me, and then just had my brother a year and a half later. So to have 2 kids under 20, and she did a great job with the circumstances. She raised us to the best of her ability. After the divorce, she had to get her GED so that way she could apply for jobs. Yeah, so she got her GED, which I remember helping her with, like to study for that. I remember helping her with math.
How old were you when she was getting that?
10, 11 years old.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then she had to go get her driver's license. She had to learn how to drive. And she did all of this while trying to take care of 3 young kids. It's pretty incredible.
Was your dad helping out at all at this time?
No, not necessarily. He was paying some child support, but it was, I think, a third of what he was supposed to. And it was around, I don't know, maybe 5 years after the divorce, he actually quit working so that he didn't have to pay child support and chose to become homeless.
And chose to become homeless.
So
he made an active, was he actually living on the streets?
Actively living on the streets. He would kind of bum off friends for a while and live their apartment or wherever until they'd kick him out. After my grandmother passed away, he was actually squatting in her house.
Was this his mom?
His mom. He lived there for an undetermined amount of time, but for the most part, he lived, no kidding, like in a tent or just in a sleeping bag on the street.
Did you ever see him when he was on the street? Did you ever interact with him?
No, I didn't. Not during the majority of it. So I'll say like 10 years after he was homeless, there was some family things that came up that we needed to find him off the street so that he could come sign some documentation. It's a wild story, but his dad was a multimillionaire.
What?
Yeah. Who had abandoned them as kids.
Him and his siblings.
Yeah. He had 3 brothers.
Okay.
So his dad abandoned him, left his mom to raise the 4 boys all on her own, and also wasn't really paying child support or helping them out at all.
So history kind of repeating itself there.
100%. And so with that, he ended up marrying someone from Thailand, I believe. Okay. I'm trying to think exactly where she was from, but he married her. And then in his
dad's dad,
my dad's dad. So he married her. When he passed away in his will, he said, okay, for the first 5 years, you get all of the money.
His wife.
Mm-hmm. And after those 5 years, you need to split it equally between yourself and my 4 sons.
Okay.
So as you can imagine, in those 5 years, she spent as much as she possibly could. Multi-millions. He had apartments, he had condos, he had a ton of property.
What did he do?
I don't know.
Okay, got it. Okay. One of those. Money comes from somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. I do remember visiting his house once or twice, and it was gorgeous.
In California?
In California.
Okay.
Yeah, few random childhood memories of that. Like he had a bulldog and a pool that had a jacuzzi that had a grotto over it.
But how interesting to be raised in the house you were living in and then to go visit your grandfather.
Yeah.
That had all this wealth.
Yes. It was very wild. But I guess in the few times that we met him, it wasn't enough for him to change his mind about his sons. He didn't like his sons. So my dad was homeless. Ty, she had given them each, I don't know, something like $100,000. Mm-hmm. And they're like, well, he had multi-millions.
Yeah.
Like $100,000 shouldn't be mathematically, like that shouldn't be what we get from him. They pushed her and pushed her and pushed her. And she's like, fine, I'll give you an additional $100,000 if all of the remaining sons come in and sign a documentation that you'll no longer talk to me, harass me, no contact.
So $200,000 each son.
Yes.
But they had to sign.
Had to sign. Yeah. So now we need to go find my dad from being homeless so that he can come sign and collect his money.
And how old were you when this was happening?
Oh, I was 20. I was pregnant with Maddie.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So as an adult, yeah, I was 20. Oh gosh, math, 29 maybe.
It all starts to blend together as we
I
get
know.
older. 20. So your dad was homeless from what age? What age to when?
He was essentially homeless from probably 14, 15 to 20, 27, we'll guess.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And you never really saw him when he was homeless. You just knew about it. You heard from people that he was living on the streets.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. From all of the family, they had told us that. And when we went to go looking for him too, we're like looking in where he allegedly stayed all the time and was kicked out of.
You have to basically hunt down your dad so he can sign this paper.
Yeah.
And why was that put in your lap?
Just being the oldest child, also being the yes person. I was like, oh, this needs to happen. I'm going to go and I'm going to help. It wasn't just on me, but my uncle, he did end up looking and was the one that found him. And my mom was helping also.
Okay. So everybody teamed up, found your dad. He signed the documents?
Signed the documents. My uncle took him in at that point. So he lived
with him.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So he lived with my uncle for a couple of years.
And were they close siblings?
They were the closest of the brothers. No, none of them are really close.
Okay, so it sounds like a little bit of a tumultuous family.
Yeah, absolutely.
So taking it back to your mom. So your mom got her GED. She got her license. You were helping raise your siblings. She ended up getting a job?
She ended up getting a job with Southern California Gas Company, and she has been with them ever since. So over close to 20 years now.
Wow. It's a great job.
It's a fantastic job.
For people that don't know, that's a great job.
Yeah. She started out as a meter reader at the very bottom.
Great rhythm to it.
And she was fantastic at it. I mean, she was absolutely like in that state of mind of, I want to be the best for my children. I'm going to be the best at what I do. And it was fantastic for her too, because it was a way for her to stay in shape, because she would just speed walk from house to house. And they're like, how did you get so many houses done? And it's just doing her little speed walk.
Like, I'm getting my workout in.
Getting her workout in. Exactly.
So you really looked up to your mom.
I did. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And she busted her ass to take care of you guys.
Absolutely.
Even though she couldn't always be there physically because she was working.
Yes.
It sounded like she really liked being single and taking that and having her independence back.
I think so. Absolutely. Being married at such a young age, having kids at such a young age, I think it was nice for her to have a few years to just figure who she was as an adult, especially. And
was she able to date anyone or remarry or anything over those years?
She has not remarried. She's had a few relationships. All of them have been awful. I love her, but she's terrible, or has terrible taste in men, I should say.
What is usually the common factor?
Well, it used to be alcohol.
On the men she's chosen since have kind of been into alcohol?
Yeah, but not in the same sense. It's more of like feeding her alcohol.
Okay, so your mom drank too?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it wasn't until I was probably high school aged, she really started drinking. And I think it was just the stress of taking care of 3 high school aged kids, teenagers, teenage hormones. I'm sure we were the greatest kids ever, but
definitely made it difficult on her at times.
I'm sure made it difficult on her at times. I was still playing soccer at this time. I was on a travel team. So trying to, juggle everything, life, making sure I got to all my soccer tournaments. My brother was doing football for a short time, and my sister was just wild.
Wild in what way?
Wild. She was the free spirit. She just loved life in all the best ways, but it drove me crazy at the time.
Why?
I was very much color coordinated. We wear blue shirt and jeans, and she would wear polka dots and stripes and rainbow tutus. And I was like, oh my gosh, all of that's clashing and it's stressing me out so much, but she loved it. And everyone gave her the room to do that and the space, and that also drove me crazy. I was like, why can't you just tell her to put on normal clothes, make her look normal? But
do you think that was you having to kind of mature a little bit faster had made you kind of be more structured, where she, because she was 5 years younger, didn't have that?
It was always something in me craving structure. I think not having it growing up, I wanted structure. So like I would try to implement that. I would try to implement curfews. I would try to implement what we ate. I definitely wanted the structure and what I wore and wanting it to match, which I did get a little bit from my mom, because my mom loves matching too.
Okay. So you did get a little bit of that rubbed off on you.
Absolutely.
So you had quite the childhood.
Yeah, I did.
It's pretty amazing though. I mean, full of so many memories that are enriched in, good and bad moments, I'm sure, when you look back on them, but
yeah,
they really made you who you are today.
Yes.
Would you say that? I should say. I shouldn't speak for you.
I would absolutely say it's the life I've lived is what has made me who I am today. There is a lot of bad, and it's interesting because I don't remember a lot of the bad.
Really?
Yeah. So I've always been, I don't know, I've always been a positive person and I focus on the happy joy things, and my memories typically stick to like all of the happy moments. It's interesting. I've had conversations with some people who've done a sort of therapy that helps them to like unlock all of the suppressed memories, the trauma. And they're like, oh, it's so invigorating to be able to experience that. Like, obviously it's difficult reliving it, but then to be able to heal and get past it.
Do you feel like that's something you'd want to do?
I don't know. I love being happy. And so like, I'm totally fine with my happy memories and just sticking with those. There is a little part of me that is curious.
Do you feel like you do suppress anything, or certain things are linked to certain past things and you just can't pinpoint it?
Oh, I'm absolutely sure of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just the fear that if you do that, you're worried you won't be able to be this positive person.
Yeah, I don't know if it's even that. I'm sure I'll still be positive no matter what comes out of it. There's definitely fear of...
Of course, of the unknown, basically.
Yeah, 100%.
But there is traumatic memories that you just kind of put to the side.
Yeah.
You don't remember is what you're saying.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know something happened, but you don't want to delve deeper.
Yeah.
Kind of like scratch that itch. You're like, no, I don't want to.
An example being when I was super young and my parents were fighting all the time before the divorce, I have this memory of being in the room with my mom and my brother, and we're playing games. And this is while we were still near Pasadena. We're just having a grand time. And I just remember it being one of the best days. And then to hear my mom's version, which my mom said that my mom and dad were fighting so bad and he got pissed off and he actually locked us in the room. And so my mom was like, how do I make the best of this with my two young kids? We're locked in a room. Like, what can we do for fun?
Oh, wow.
So like my version is, it was happy. It was such a beautiful day.
Yeah.
When in reality, it was not.
That's so interesting.
So I'm like, oh, well, now that I know that memory, like I'm sure there's other memories that I've just shown all the light on and forgot about the dark.
Do you talk to your mom about a lot of this?
No. Occasionally when my brother and sister get around, they remember a lot more of the dark moments. And so they'll start bringing it up. But it's so wild to me because as they're going through all of these memories and situations we were in, I was like, I don't remember that at all. Or I'm like, oh, my version was so happy.
Yeah. Do you think that's a survival technique?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Do you think that you kind of had to keep that headspace in order to be the kind of the pseudo adult at times?
Probably. I don't know. Just happy.
Yeah, no, there's something, I mean, it's right. The human brain also does very interesting things, right? To kind of push things away, to make us think a certain way, to just help us survive. I mean, that's really what we're trying to do.
Absolutely.
Day by day.
Yeah.
Did you get a job right away when you were able to, or what time did you get a job?
As soon as I could. I started babysitting really young. So I want to say I was like 12 or 13 when I started babysitting. And then I was 16 when I was being paid really well to babysit. So like I would start doing like overnight things. And then as soon as I could, my first job was at Quiznos.
Did I know this?
I don't know.
I loved Quiznos. Do they still exist?
I have seen one recently and was completely caught off guard because I didn't think that they still existed.
Yeah,
but
I didn't know they did.
Yeah, I loved it. I love their broccoli and cheese soup.
Of course you did.
And
I still love that today.
I do. It's true. There is another club sandwich and it had olives on it. And it was the weirdest combination, but it was so delicious. And it was just a Quiznos thing that I was like, oh, okay, maybe I like olives. Maybe I like all of this stuff.
Well, because you were more in I'm assuming you said like top ramen and restricted diet growing up.
Oh, yeah.
Restricted what you could eat. It was limited, I should say.
Very limited. Yeah. I mean, we grew up on saltine crackers and Kraft cheese singles. We'd fold it into 4 slices and it was the perfect fit on a saltine. Yeah, the really crappy cereals that you can buy in bulk, string cheese, and goldfish. I think that was like our main staple of food.
It makes sense. So when you started working at a sandwich shop, your whole mind was like, oh my God.
Yeah, all these different toppings and food. Like, wow.
You probably discovered a lot about what you like to eat when you were working there.
Yeah, I did.
Thank you, Quiznos, right?
Thank you, Quiznos. Shout out to Quiznos.
It's here and now. Here it begins, the shout outs. And so that was your first job.
Yeah.
I'm assuming all of the siblings, all of you guys had to kind of work as soon as you could, because you guys had because you had to pay for sports. I'm assuming at what time did you start, age did you start driving? Did you have to get a car?
Oh, I got a car as soon as I possibly could. I was probably driving illegally, to be honest. 100% the very first time I drove, sorry, Mom, but it was my mom had met a guy at a bar. and needed a driver home. So that was real quick, just figure out how to drive because I had to drive through the canyon.
Remember how old you were?
I want to guess maybe like 13 or 14, like definitely not close to legal.
Did your feet reach the pedals?
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
What kind of car was it?
A Ford Escort.
Okay. Is that small?
It was small. It's like the little hatchback.
Yep.
I was about to say humpback. I was like, that's not right.
Definitely not a humpback.
Definitely not
But kind of close.
Yeah.
Hatchback.
Hatchback.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you just figured it out.
Figured it out.
You'd never driven before.
No. And 15 when I could get my permit.
Yeah.
So I did that as soon as I could. And then the driver lessons. The craziest thing was they showed up to my house and they hopped in the passenger seat and they're like, okay, you have to drive us out of here. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Yes, I had driven once at this point, but still, like, I really hadn't had anyone teach me.
Yeah.
There wasn't a dad there to teach me, and my mom was busy all the time. So he's like, okay, here we go. And I was like, this is my first lesson is driving out of my driveway.
Do you want to explain your driveway?
My driveway is, I don't know how to explain it. It's wild. It is barely enough room for a car to get through. And you have this super sharp turn. It's more than 90 degrees. It's ridiculous. And then you go over a bridge, which is still very narrow. And the amount of cars that have been too wide and have gone off this bridge is too many to count.
This is a paved road?
Not paved. No. Well, partially paved. So that first turn is paved, but then you keep going up and it goes to gravel. And also the gravel has eroded in several spots from the rainwater coming down. So there's potholes galore. Yeah, there's 0% chance you're going to have a smooth ride up to my house. And you most likely need 4-wheel drive to get there easily. You go up the hill and then down another little hill and there it is.
The rain would erode it. Would the rain ever flood the road?
It would absolutely flood the road, yes, which makes it even that much more dangerous. Yeah, several times the rain would flood the bridge, so we would be stuck and have no way to get in or out of our house.
Keeps things exciting.
Keeps it very exciting. I'll say that the craziest part about that was actually with the fires. So anytime there were fires and we had to do a rushed evacuation, guaranteed somebody who was trying to help us out who didn't know how to drive on our driveway would get stuck on that bridge. Twice I can remember of trying to hurry up and get out of there. My uncle did it once where he got a tire off the side of the bridge. And so we had to ask another neighbor to come with their Jeep and pull the car out, which, as you can imagine, like with the fires surrounding you, is very nerve-wracking. Yeah.
Because there was a lot of fires. You were up in the mountains.
I was in the mountains. Yeah.
So it was kind of always evacuation if a fire.
Yeah. And it was a canyon. So there was only 2 points of entry. And if one of those was sealed, which often happened, then we only had one way in and out. It was always crazy times.
You kind of always having to adapt.
Yes.
You know, it was never an easy, nothing was easy.
No.
Whether it was the drive up or raising your siblings or trying to figure out what you were eating or picking up your mom from the bar or like anything in life or going to see your friends walking barefoot through the mountains. Like it was always an exciting new adventure
always.
Or jumping away from rattlesnakes.
Yeah.
You started to drive legally at 13. It started, but then after that you started these driving lessons.
Yeah.
And did it take a while? Did you pick it up pretty quickly?
I picked it up very quickly. Yeah. I mean, it was definitely that just forced to learn, right? So he says, okay, pull out of the driveway. Let's do this. And I said, okay. I had my license, I'm pretty sure like on my birthday, like as soon as I turned 16 and was able to. And then, I was the sole driver of the households, which was great because then I was able to take my brother and sister to school.
Okay.
And they didn't have to ride the school bus, which
lucky
they
them.
loved. I know.
You had to the whole time.
I had to the whole time. Yeah. But then it was also rough for me because now I have a car and I have some freedom and I want to do the things I want to do, but I still had to pick them up from school or pick them up from their after school activities. And
so you really weren't able to rebel too much?
No, there wasn't a lot of time for that.
What kind of car was it?
Oh man, it was a Toyota Corolla.
It's a good car.
It is, but she was bald, very much like bald. Like the front of it, the paint had like completely come off.
Like bald in what sense?
Okay. No paint. Yeah.
Got it. No paint.
She was this little dingy Toyota Corolla, but I mean, hey, she got me from point A to point B.
How did you get her?
My mom bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she had her car and then, she bought me that little guy.
Do you remember how much it was?
No, it was nothing. Whatever she got it for, I'm sure it seemed like a lot to her, but
Yeah. But it was, she really made sure that she saved up that money essentially, or took that money out to make sure she got you a car.
what I was always jealous of was it was around that time that she was able to work more and get promoted, because now she has me driving the kids around, so she isn't having to stress or leave work early to come pick us up from our sport. That she got promoted, so she was making more money.
Nice.
So my brother, who's a year and a half younger than I, when it came around to him, my mom had bought herself a Toyota Highlander. And
Is that still the car she has today?
No, she has a 4Runner now.
Oh, okay.
She loves her Toyotas, though.
Okay, yeah.
That's stuck to the Toyota. Yeah. I will say the Ford hatchback, that died.
Okay.
That was very much when she's like, I'm over Ford. I'm not dealing with this. She switched to Toyota and hasn't looked back. She's still going with it. Although I will say on that car topic, so she did get an Audi.
Oh.
So she did the Toyota Highlander.
Yeah.
My brother got that, and I was super jealous. I was
when
like,
he turned 16, he got the Highlander.
and I was like, I should have got the Highlander. He should have got the Toyota Corolla.
Are you still driving the Toyota Corolla at this point?
No, God, no.
So you switched to a different car too?
Yeah.
But you had to get it yourself, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay, where did you switch to?
Well, I left the country.
You had the Toyota Corolla until you left.
Until I left.
And then your brother, and then what happened to that Toyota Corolla?
I have no idea. I'm assuming somewhere. Yeah,
Okay,
I don't know if they sold it or it died, but he got the Highlander, which was so much nicer.
Yeah.
We would have fights over that.
And you said your mom got an Audi.
And then she got an Audi.
Yeah.
And she loved,
fancy.
She loved it because it was fancy, but she hated the maintenance and she hated how many times she had to bring it into the shop, which was weekly. My sister, 5 years younger, got the Audi. So I've always been so pissed and so jealous of that. Yeah, we bring that up often.
The short end of the stick.
I really did.
But it builds character.
Exactly.
So it's a good thing in that regard. But so they got the nicer cars just by happenstance because of how things played out.
Yeah, my mom kept working her butt off, kept getting promoted just within that time span, the 5 years from when I started driving to my sister. My mom had done well enough for herself that she was able to provide that for my sister.
Does your mom still live in that house today?
Still lives in that house.
Yeah.
Still works at Southern California Gas Company. She's now one of the bosses there on the safety team. So
okay. That's like a promotion part of things?
Yeah. She's management. She
tells people what to do.
Yes, she does.
Great.
Yes. She does love that.
You're like, perfect. Did she ever say that she misses walking from meter to meter, getting her steps in?
Yes and no, because the amount of like sore feet that she dealt with from walking so much, but she absolutely misses the exercise that was involved with it.
I can see that too. So I want to make sure we get out. Did you have any animals growing up too?
Oh, I had. I love this question. I had a few animals, yes.
Do elaborate.
Well, I had 2 dogs. I had chickens. I had parakeets. I had an iguana. I had a South African rose tarantula. I had... I loved the tarantula.
I've heard things like this about tarantulas.
Yeah.
These little gentle.
It was so sweet and gentle. Yeah. Had a really cool cage with like skeleton, like to make it even more creepy looking. I had 2 cats, which I ended up being very allergic to. Had been my whole childhood. So that was fun. Thanks, Mom, for getting me allergy tested. So that we could find the root of my allergies. Just happened to be the cats that we lived with.
Did the cats stay though after that?
The cats, unfortunately, were indoor-outdoor cats. And we had them for a very long time. I want to say it was maybe my junior year. Coyotes got them. One of them was 20 pounds. He was a very big boy. So I'm hoping he fed a lot of them.
Great way to look at that.
Yes.
You're like, I miss my cat. I'm very sad. But I hope he gave some nutrients to a couple.
Exactly.
Only you, Macey. So what other animals? I'm sorry. I think there was more.
There was more. Everyone's favorite. I had a squirrel, a little ground squirrel. I had rescued 2 of them together. There's 2 squirrels, Chip and Dale. They were so young. They hadn't opened their eyes yet. I know. Chip and Dale are chipmunks, not squirrels, but still, I was young. And
how old were you?
I can't recall. Maybe 12.
Okay, sometime around there.
Yeah, somewhere there.
And you rescued them how?
They were, again, I lived in the mountains, and where my washer and dryer were in the outside behind the house. So it was on one of the times that I was walking out behind my house to go do laundry, and I found them, and they were super tiny, newborns, hadn't even opened their eyes yet. They were completely covered in fleas. The one that didn't pass away, Dale, was super skinny, didn't look healthy. But I brought both of them in. I washed them. I picked every single flea off. We had to go buy puppy milk, which somebody had told us was a good equivalent for helping them. And I would do
Because
sit there and
someone
do
around you knew that puppy milk was...
Yeah.
Yeah.
A good, I remember little syringe feeding them. Yeah, Dale didn't make it through the night, but I ended up having Chip for 3 or 4 years, maybe longer. It's wild because it's definitely into high school, because I have friends that would remind me of stories of bringing it to school.
You brought Chip to school?
I brought a squirrel to school.
Were all your animals, though, were all them, like, you found them? Or how did you acquire all these animals?
One of the cats adopted us. So Sabrina, she kept
Great
coming
name.
to our house.
Great name for a
Yeah,
cat.
she was a black cat. Sabrina,
As I
definitely
expected.
teenage witch era.
Yes.
She adopted us.
Okay.
And then Sebastian, again with Ariel, right?
Well,
That's
because
actually
you
there.
are a redhead.
Yeah.
I just want to point that out. So did you always connect with...
I was always like strawberry blonde. So I didn't really feel as much of a redhead back then. I definitely leaned more towards the blonde side of it, especially being out in the sun. Nonstop. It was sun bleached and more blonde. But yeah, she was always my favorite princess. She was always my favorite.
Okay, so Sebastian
Was really crazy is that we had bought him, or not bought him, but it was a adoption center. It was free adoption day. Okay. So we adopted him, Sebastian, from the center, and the news was there.
Oh.
So I don't know what it is, but I have been on the news like 5 or 6 times for random things like this. And I think this may have been the first, but it was a free adoption day. So my brother and I come out with the cat and we're fighting over him. I'm like, I want to hold him. He's like, no, I want to hold him. So we're fighting over him. So it's this clip on the news of us kind of playfully fighting. It wasn't like aggressively fighting, but trying to get the cat. So it aired on the news. And then what's really wild is that clip, as I'm sitting in driver's ed training in high school when they show that video, and you saw it, they showed this clip, but they used it in a different reference. They used it as in there's emergencies and you need to take your pets with you.
They used the clip?
They used that clip
like
from the news.
footage.
Yes. Of my brother and I fighting over the cat.
Stop.
So when I'm sitting in high school watching our driver's ed video, I was like, wait, that's me and my brother when we were younger. They adopted us. And then, we got chickens from somebody. The tarantula, I think, was actually on set and they gave it to my dad. The iguana was abandoned and we brought that home and he was horrific. He was not a nice iguana. He wasn't one that like you could hold regularly. Yeah. He would whip you with the tail. He was mean. The parakeets, I think we bought those from like PetSmart or something like that. But we had rats too.
As pets.
Just
to clarify.
Also, the craziest one was I had a little snake catcher. And so on a handful of times, I used the snake catcher and caught snakes.
So the whole like running past a rattlesnake almost getting bit did not deter you.
No.
You were then like, I'm going to now take a snake. What did you call it? A snake catcher?
A snake catcher. Yeah. It was like this pole with a rope.
Like for lizards too, right? You can use it for lizards too.
Yeah. And you just slide it around their head and then you pull tight and catch you a snake. Catch you a snake.
And did you catch some snakes?
Oh, I did.
And lizards?
Yeah. You know, I would play with the lizards. We had a lot of like the blue belly lizards around. Yeah. I would definitely like catch those and hold on to it, but I wouldn't ever like put it in a cage. Okay. But yeah, I had a couple snakes.
Or what kind?
Yeah, I had a couple like gopher ground snakes. Mm-hmm. I did catch a rattlesnake one time. Yes, it was a bad idea. I didn't want to feed it mice. We did that. We got mice to like feed it. And I was like, I don't love this. Yeah. So we released it. Obviously, it's a bad idea.
Yes. Don't do it.
No, don't try this
don't
do
home.
that. Don't. Please don't try that at home.
Oh my God. Macey.
Yeah. So some were adopted, some found us, some
caught, some released.
Yeah.
Some saved.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And after Chip was the one that survived? Mm-hmm. After Chip, did you guys have any more animals besides dogs?
No, we mainly just stuck to the dogs. Yeah, everything with age passed away. Coyotes got the chickens.
Okay, yes, that makes sense.
And the cats. When I left the house, we just had 2 dogs.
And that's kind of the norm now too.
Yeah.
What a wild childhood.
It was crazy. Yeah.
It made you who you are.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming, are you happy with the person you are today because of that childhood?
I am. Yeah. I am. I mean, there's obviously things that I would like to be better at.
Like what?
My temper.
Oh, did you have a temper?
I want to say it's like the protective older sibling in me, right?
So how does that show itself then? A temper that kind of, when does that flare up?
It's reactive. So like it doesn't just come out of nowhere. It's a buildup, but once the buildup is there, it's a shorter fuse than I would like. It's always reactive to situations. So the neighbor that we would have to run past his house to get to the bus stop, he had German Shepherds, and the German Shepherds were super aggressive. So when my brother, sister, and I would run down to go to the bus, there was a couple occasions where they would come out yelling at us, or the German Shepherds would try to bite my brother or sister, and I would yell at them and tell them, leave my brother and sister alone, like in a protective manner. But still, as a, 11, 12-year-old yelling at adults, I was feisty.
Well, would you not say you were taking on the role of an adult? So essentially, you were just protecting your siblings as a parent would protect kids.
Right. My bus driver, she got a lot of that too.
Oh.
Yeah. Anytime she would start yelling at them, just the protective side of me would come out. Really, if she started yelling at anybody, I would get frustrated with her.
You're Mama Macey.
I was. Absolutely.
Do your siblings remember it that way?
They remember me yelling. They would definitely say I have a temper, without a doubt.
It's interesting you say it this way, because it's like I've never seen you have a temper. I've seen you be protective, and I've seen you come to people's defense. You will definitely come, and I'm going to elaborate because I'm like, I hear you saying, and I'll let you talk for yourself, but you're very much someone who will come in and step in for someone you don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you see someone being picked on, and you see someone that's just being taken advantage of, something's happening that's wrong.
Yeah.
You are very quick to step in and verbalize and stand up. And it's amazing to watch. It also has definitely, I'm sure, gotten you in some situations where things can get a little tense.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But for the right reasons, I would say.
You've been a part of some of those situations, quite a few of those situations, I should say. Like at the boating dock where...
That's the one I was thinking of, yes.
Yeah. There was that guy. He was having a long day and he's yelling endlessly and calling the boat attendant all of these names.
It was like a young little teenager, probably 16, 17 years old.
Yeah, with this grown man standing over him, yelling at him. And I, of course, couldn't just step back and watch that. So I had to step in and tell him he needed to cool down and figure out another solution that wasn't yelling at that poor kid.
I will say you have this great way of kind of navigating it. Like basically you stepped in and you're like, okay, he gets it, because he kept repeating the same thing, right? When people are angry and he's yelling at this young boy. I'll just kind of elaborate on the story. He kept yelling and yelling at this boy and about the same thing. Yeah. It was about a dock slip. Yeah.
Somebody parked in his dock slip and he was upset about it.
The boy's basically like, I don't know what to do about that. Like, I don't know who parked in the spot.
Yeah.
And he just kept saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over. And we're all standing there like watching this happen. And finally you stepped in. But
there was another spot open too, which is what the poor kid kept saying. He's like, yes, I understand you paid for this spot, but there's someone in here. I don't know who it is, but we have this other spot available.
So please take the other spot.
Please take the other spot.
And you stepped in, and I get what you mean by your temper is there, but you step in and you're very clearly stating the fact. You're like, sir, he said another spot is available. Maybe stop yelling at him and maybe just take the other spot.
Yeah.
And then
easy.
But then you're like, and you say it in a way that like it kind of diffuses the situation. But obviously he then redirected his anger at you.
Yeah.
But you take it very well. I mean, it's hard for me to stand by. Like, I was standing there being like, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God.
You were so scared.
I was so scared. I was like, I just don't want to do this. But honestly, you're the person that stands up for the person being picked on. And it's amazing to stand by and watch, because it's not an easy thing to do, and you handle it very well. And it kind of happens. And then the guy figured it out. I think he took the spot that was available, and he walked out. He
Weird.
Said, he had some choice words to you.
Yeah.
And then he left, and you're like, okay, let's continue on with the day.
Yeah.
But does that ever have an impact on you? I mean, does that ever affect you? Those people that kind of, because he obviously redirected all that anger to you. And I was there. He said some things that were not nice.
Yeah.
You were able to laugh them off because you're like, I don't know this man.
Yeah.
But it's still like you had to take that. Does that have an impact on you? A lasting effect?
No, definitely not a lasting impact, because it's funny. I didn't even remember that situation until we're talking about it right now. There's memories of it, but I don't take any of it personally. And I don't know where that comes from, but the amount of names I've been called in my life, and I'm just like, okay, that's nice.
So you're able to basically separate the person that's saying it and what they're saying to it actually having anything to do with you, it sounds like.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Where do you think that comes from?
I have no idea. When I was younger, I was super shy, afraid of what everybody thought. I'd still have these feisty or bad temper, or like protective moments, we'll say, right? But still, I didn't enjoy conversations with people. Like I didn't want people to ask questions to me. I didn't want them to ask questions about me. I didn't want to have conversations with them. My mom was super shy. My mom couldn't even call to place an order for takeout. I would have to talk to the person on the phone. So I will say like that shyness and inability to talk to strangers kind of trickled down to me. And it wasn't until I had left home and joined the Air Force where I think I finally found more of my voice. But still, I have always been super protective of others. So if I see someone being picked on, I will almost always step up and say something. Or if somebody's pushing me, at a concert where they're consistently pushing me, I'm not going to just back up. I'm going to tell them, excuse me, you keep pushing me.
And I've seen that happen too.
Yes.
But it's great. You stand your ground and you hold people accountable for their actions.
Yeah.
Which I think is something that's really admirable about you. But it's interesting that you say you're this shy kid, but also this temper is the one thing that you said you wish you changed, which is interesting because the more we talk about it, do you still view it as a temper?
I mean, or an outburst. I don't know what the correct terminology is for it. I think still everyone close to me will say temper, but
interesting.
There's protectiveness in it, absolutely, and standing up for what I think is right.
But it's interesting that do you actually consider it a temper? Do you consider it a bad thing?
I don't know. So many people have told me that it is, so.
It's interesting. I don't know if have I told you it's a bad thing?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because I always view it as like, listen, it's something that I'm sure because it makes me uncomfortable. It makes everyone around you probably uncomfortable because it's scary to stand up to a stranger that you don't know and you don't know what they're capable of. So I'm sure it makes all of us around you like, whoa, because we know we have to come back you up if something happens.
Exactly.
So it puts us all in a position of like, oh God, okay. But at the same time, you're doing it for all the right reasons.
Yeah.
So it makes people anxious and adrenaline pumping and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I'm sitting here talking about it. I'm like, is it really a temper or is it really just standing up for what's right? And it makes everyone comfortable because it's scary to stand up for what's right.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure we elaborate on this temper thing that you're saying you wish you could change. But you would consider yourself a shy person.
I definitely have grown out of it. I don't know what I would put myself in. I'm probably more extrovert than introvert, but I still have introverted tendencies.
How do they show up?
I don't know.
You're like, maybe not.
I won't be one to start a conversation. So
Really?
Yeah. I need someone to come up to me and talk to me first. So if they don't introduce themselves to me, I won't go up to them and talk to them. So you have to start talking to me. And then if it's an energy thing, if I feel a good energy about you, then I'll open up and I'll tell you my whole life story.
So our friendship.
Yes. You talked to me. You said you were going to be, like, we were going to be friends. And I said, okay.
Is that what I said?
Oh, 100%.
Did I just come up to you and I went, we're going to be friends?
Yeah. I mean, we were playing soccer, and I think it was the first time that like we had actually talked to each other, and I was defense, you were offense. So we're obviously like playing against each other. But yeah, it was along those lines of like, okay, well, I want you to come to my house. And I was like, okay, I'll go to your house. And so like we were hanging out and you were telling me stories and then you're jumping on me and wrestling with me. And I was like, what is going on? I've never had a friend like this.
I don't remember all these little details.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. This is embarrassing.
Didn't love that I wore soccer pants.
So your attire every day. We'll jump ahead to a little bit of our friendship and how it started, but I also want to take it back, obviously, to, your high school years and then your college years and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so what was your attire basically in high school? I mean, because now we understand your upbringing and your background. Like, what would you usually wear?
So soccer was my life up to this point.
Football is life.
It was life. Exactly. Football is life. At that point, it was working out and playing soccer. Those were like my two passions. And so that meant my attire was workout attire.
Which would
be soccer shorts or the soccer track pants that we got for the high school team.
Just to be clear, it wasn't fancy aloe clothes.
Nope, absolutely not. Nope. There was no name brands whatsoever. couldn't afford it yet. So it was, whatever the school handed out to us. It was the school track pants, tennis shoes, and baggy shirt was mostly what I wore on a daily basis. And then makeup. I had my fancy little Revlon 4 colors. I had the pink version and I had the purple version.
Yeah.
And I would just smear it on my eyes, put some mascara on and call it a day. Hair in a ponytail. And you were like, that's cute. Let's go in my closet and let's try an outfit on.
Is that how it, but like, see, I don't remember the exact moment. I know we played soccer together, but is that how it happened? I literally just went up to you and was like, we're going to be friends.
I mean, it was pretty instantaneous. Yeah.
We just like energetically, we just clicked. Is
just
that what
clicked
it
on,
okay.
Yes, clicked at soccer practice. And you're like, you need to come over to my house. And I was like, okay. And I was very shy at this point, and you were not at all. And so you're like, come on, let's go hang out. And I said, okay.
And I do remember very much clearly being like, I need to give you a wardrobe.
Yeah.
I remember that was very much a thing. I was like, I'm going to give you a bunch of clothes.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So you said I needed to change out of the track pants. And so you gave me a couple skirts,
of course,
a couple shirts. And then we were the same shoe size or pretty similar. So you're like, here's these knee-high stiletto boots. And so I have my cute little shirt on that you gave me, my little mini skirt, and my stiletto high heel boots that I was like, oh, this is cute.
How did you feel though? That's like so different than something you'd
so
ever
different.
Worn.
Absolutely. I don't know. Maybe there's a little bit of fun in it. You know, boys start noticing maybe. Not that I cared or wanted them to. I was still very much anti-boys for all of that. But it was fun. It was fun to dress up. And
I will say, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, because sometimes our perception of ourselves is different. But I did it because I loved fashion. I also didn't do it to really like, but I liked high boots and high heels and short skirts.
Yours was 100% fashion. Yeah. I mean, my favorite was like you would come out with like the tie and like the tie skirt and everything coordinated perfectly. You had the little cute hat and you had all the cute outfits.
It was the era of Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera. I just want to elaborate. So if you can think of like what they were wearing at that time, we basically were just imitating
100%
them.
Like the Christina Aguilera outfit. Yeah. With her like little hat and matching skirt. Yeah. That was you.
Okay. So that was basically our friendship. I don't remember wrestling you. I'm sorry that happened. I was a hyper person.
Yeah.
So
you wrestled me almost every time.
Why? Is this like when I saw you, I'd just jump and wrestle you, or did I just randomly attack you?
Yeah. I mean, like we would be sitting, like watching a show or something like that, and you would just come over, tackle me, and wrestle me. You would pin me down until I called like mercy.
How do I have any friends? I don't know how. I mean,
it was a shock at first. And you'd start running around and jump on me. And I was like, I don't know what's happening right now.
I feel like I've blocked a lot of my life out, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was for trauma responses, but probably for complete embarrassment if I look back at the person that I probably was. Wow, I'm sorry. Thank you for being my friend.
Honestly, though, it was a fun time. Like our energies meshed really well. And you would bring out a fun side of me that maybe I didn't allow myself at the time. I think being like, I'm taking care of the kids and seriousness. And then you're like, we're going to be kids. We're going to be crazy. And I'm like, okay.
Do you think our energies connected? Like, what was the reason why you think that energetically we matched?
There's a few things. I don't know. I think I had a lot of patience for a lot of things, right? I was calm and quiet, and you were the complete opposite. And so I think with our energies meshing together, like I think it just ended up being like a really nice balance.
Yin and yang.
Exactly.
Do you think a little bit of it, going back to what you said about always being positive?
Yeah.
Do you think ever that was part of it too? Like, do you think we kind of both were like, we just want to have fun? I mean, I think that's something we still have today, but that's why I'm kind of leading question.
I think that was the biggest draw on what has helped us to maintain our friendship all these years is that we have that same view on life. We both love to be happy. We love seeing the good in everyone and the positive part of it.
And living life, right?
Exactly. Yeah, living life to the fullest.
Definitely a through line for the two of us.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll stop talking about us. Let's go back to life. Okay, so we got your childhood, your mom and dad. Your dad is now absent. Your mom is busting your butt. You're having to take over, being kind of the parent to raise your kids. You guys get cars. Your mom gets a better job. Your siblings get all the better things than you had. Which
exactly.
is so frustrating.
Yeah.
At what points you played soccer? Soccer was always a thing. Did you want to play soccer? Did you ever attempt, I should say, or want to get a scholarship for soccer? Was that something you ever attempted? did or wanted to do?
I did, but that wasn't my priority. I enjoyed soccer. Like I said, football is life, but it wasn't what I was leaning on as being like, this is what I'm going to do next. What's really interesting is I wanted to be a nurse. So my life goal at that point was, what do I need to do to become a nurse?
How long did you know you wanted to be a nurse? At what point did you go, I want to be a nurse?
Strangely enough, I want to say it was first grade.
Wow.
And I want to say there's some situation where like I went probably to the hospital and the nurse had a really cute outfit, like really cute scrubs on. And it literally started as that of being like, she's so cute. I want to wear like the cute scrubs. Yeah. So that was the main reason why I wanted to be a nurse.
What did the scrubs look like?
I don't even remember what her scrubs looked like. And I wish I did because it's what the spark was. Second grade, I wanted to be a store manager. And I'm pretty sure that's because we went on a field trip to a grocery store and they gave free cookies. So for 1 year, I wanted to be a store manager, but quickly jumped back third grade to wanting to be a nurse. And that's just what I told everyone. My mom told me there's this incident where we were swimming and my brother was drowning in the pool. And I was the first one to jump in and try to save him.
No surprise.
So yeah, it was just, I'm like, I don't know, maybe it was, always meant to be something inside of me, not just the scrubs. Yeah, it was my goal. That's what I wanted to do. It was my senior year of high school. We had a recruiter come to the school. He started talking about the Air Force and he was talking about how we could travel wherever we wanted to and that there was a scholarship for school. And he brought up nursing and if I wanted to be a nurse, could make it happen within the Air Force. And for me, it was that aha moment of like, this is it. This is how I'm going to become a nurse. I went to his office like the very next week and I said, hey, I want to join the Air Force. I want to be a nurse. I want to sign up as soon as possible, but I want to have my summer after high school. So I'm going to graduate from high school. I'm going to have the summer to just be a kid and be free. And then I'll join the Air Force. And he's like, well, how's October 4th sound? I said, that sounds perfect. Let's do it. So I signed the paperwork right then and there. That's kind of what pushed me to where I am now.
So soccer was always a passion, but it was more of a hobby.
Yeah, absolutely. Passion, hobby. Once I did go through college, there was a small time where I was like, it would be really fun to play in college, but I did 4 years of the Air Force before college. So I was a little bit older and then I tore my ACL, which pretty much crushed that dream of ever fulfilling. But
by playing soccer in college.
Yeah, I wanted to play soccer for the college.
For the college.
Yeah.
For your nursing school college, correct?
For U of A.
U of A. Okay,
Yeah.
So you went to U of A.
I went to U of A.
You went to U of A for college.
I did.
And you wanted to play for them, but you tore your ACL before that?
Tore my ACL, yeah.
Is that because, were you playing soccer
I
in
was
the Air Force?
I was playing soccer in the Air Force. I was playing on a team for them, a base team.
Okay.
After the Air Force, I was playing intramural, which was a co-ed team.
Okay.
And so I tore it at that point.
First time you tore it.
First time. Yes.
We'll get to that.
Oh, no.
But it's interesting. So I wonder, you said it in first grade too is when you saw this nurse. In first grade, how old are you about that point? About 6?
Yeah, 5 or 6.
And at what age did your parents get divorced?
10.
Okay. So it was kind of, so you always had this in you to kind of want to be a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
But it also sounds like you also have always been wanting to take care of people. Maybe that's older sister too. But then taking on that role in the family dynamic you had also kind of played into you being a nurse.
Yeah.
I love this story. And I knew it's hard for me to sometimes make sure I'm still living in a place of curiosity because I know a lot of these stories.
Yeah.
But were you ever scared to join the Air Force?
No, I wasn't at all. I know it was post 9/11 at this point. I joined in 2005. 9/11 was 2001. So it was still an active wartime. I don't know. There was 0% of me that was afraid. I was kind of excited and maybe even thrilled at the possibility of helping out at that time. I wasn't scared. My family was scared. My aunt and my uncle actually tried to pay me off to not join the Air Force. They were like, hey, if you're going so that it pays for your college, like we'll pay for you to go to college.
Really?
They were like, you can go to CSUN or something like that and we'll pay for it, which obviously sounds enticing. But for me and the independent person that I am, I didn't want to be indebted to anybody. And the Air Force was also like, it was going to pay for me to go to school. It was going to pay for me to do all of these things, which I could do it all on my own with the Air Force's help instead of being tied.
Was the travel part an element of it?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you always knew you wanted to travel. So you hadn't traveled very far before. I mean, you went for it. So then you joined the Air Force. And where was the first place? Did you have to do is it called a boot camp or training? And where did that happen? I did
my summer and then well, that's actually a crazy story we'll throw in first. So the weekend that I was supposed to joined the Air Force, the basic training process, we actually had a fire.
Ooh, who did?
Or Box Canyon did. So there was a fire in Box Canyon.
Okay.
Okay. So I was supposed to go to Mexico with my friends as like a last hurrah. There's a fire in Box Canyon. So we had to evacuate everything. My mom was so mad because she was at work and she's like, hey, I need you to pack up the house, pack up the animals, pack up all the important stuff. And I said, you got it, Mom. So I packed up all the important stuff, my clothes, my trophies.
Soccer trophies.
Did I grab any of the paperwork or any of the valuables? No, but my clothes and my trophies. I got the kids. I got my brother and sister. I got the animals.
Okay?
I had the priorities. Exactly. But with this, so we were evacuated to a part that was nearby, maybe 5-10 minutes from my house. So we're living in this park. I have no electricity, no way to plug in my phone or anything like that. So the recruiter, he is trying to call me during this time frame, but I'm at a park, no way to answer or have any idea what's going on. Once we finally I went to Mexico. Mm-hmm. I was like, hey, I still want to do this last hurrah. So like, even though fire is going on, I was like, I took my stuff. I went with my friends. We went to Tijuana.
Macey didn't let a fire stop her.
Sure didn't. It was like a 24-hour thing. We literally went down there, partied, and then came back. But in this time, my phone, I finally like get a charge. I'm able to communicate. And the recruiter is like, hey, you're supposed to be here. I need you to be here. And I was like, oh, I thought I like started on October 4th. And he's like, no, you need to be here October 3rd to start the in-processing. October 4th is like your enlistment date, but you need to do all the in-processing before. And I was
what
like,
date is this that he called you, that you like finally connected?
October 2nd.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, okay. I get back, still have the fire is a situation.
I remember this fire. I remember how bad it was that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. It jumped the freeway.
Yep. It was super bad. I grabbed what I could. We went to Walmart and I loaded up with everything else that I needed. I had lunch at TGIF Fridays with everyone so I could say bye to them, and then immediately left to go to the Air Force.
And where was your first pit stop?
I started in San Antonio. Ironically, yeah, that's where I am now. So that's where all of basic training is at Lackland for the Air Force.
Okay, is in San Antonio.
Is in San Antonio. And what's really funny too, to back up, was my mom had said that she didn't want me to fall in love with any Texans while I was there.
Why did she say that?
She didn't want me to move to Texas.
She basically, it was like a self-fulfilled prophecy.
Exactly, which is the absolute irony in it, the fact that I'm in San Antonio, Texas now. But it's with a Texan, but it's not where I met him. Yeah. So at this point now, I'm doing basic training at Lackland, which was wild. I mean, they just throw you in there. Like you get off the bus, you have no idea what's going on. I want to say it was like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Oh, geez.
Because it was the middle of the night transfer from where we came. And they start off with like this game of you have your duffel bag and you drop your duffel bag and you have to pick up the duffel bag and you have to drop the duffel bag and you have to pick it up and you're just following commands. But the people that are falling behind, then the TIs, the technical instructor, they're in your face yelling and they're so close. They're like spitting on you. And it's hello, Air Force.
On that note, we're taking an intermission. We've had the appetizer, but the main course is about to get even juicier. And it drops in 48 hours. Trust me, it's going to be absolutely delicious.